Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the questions given on 31st March 2025 slot 1. On today's class we are going to discuss some interesting questions that we haven't discussed in earlier TCS classes, because we gathered few interesting questions from the students of 31st slot. Okay, so don't miss out this particular session. Please do continue watching till end. Okay, let's start with the questions. Let's go with the first question. And here, in this particular video, we are going to cover some questions which we already discussed, and there are few questions which I feel interesting. So while solving, because there are few questions which we haven't discussed in earlier TCS classes. Okay, so let's go with the first question. So this question belongs to average concept. So the average age of three people P, Q, and R is 20 years. After 10 years, R's age will be 26 years. What will be the average age of P and Q after 10 years? Okay, sorry, after 10 years. Yeah. Now, if you observe here the conditions given, okay, let's take the conditions here. Average age of three people P, Q, and R. So when we are talking about average, we have discussed the complete concept and we solved many questions from the concept of averages in the previous TCS NQT slots, right? So now when we are taking the condition here, P, Q, R, average age is 20 years. Now if average of three people is 20 years, can I say that P age is 20, Q age is 20, R age is also 20. If we consider everybody's age is 20, 20 and 20, obviously the average will become 20. Even if you add these values and divide it by 3, even some majority of the students, like what they will do is they will just apply the formula, okay, by using average is equals to sum of observations by number of observations. Even you can do by using that formula. Let's try to solve this question by using that. Let's consider average is equals to sum of observations by number of observations. Now here average of three people will be 20 years, right? Now 20 is equals to sum of ages P, Q, R divided by 3. Now I got to know that P plus Q plus R is equals to 23 times is 60. Now I got to know that average of P plus Q plus R is equals to 60, right? Now if you observe, after 10 years, R's age will be 26 years. Means R age is 26 years after 10 years, right? Now if it is 26 after 10 years, what will be the present R's age? Can I say that present R's age will be, okay, 16 years, because they mention clearly after 10 years it will be 26 years. Now present it will be 16 years, right? Now if R's age is 16, now I will get to know P plus Q's age is equals to, if you substitute 16 here, 60 minus 16. So what is 60 minus 16? Can I say that it is, okay, we can consider here 44. Okay, P plus Q is equals to 60 minus 16, which is nothing but 54. Sorry, 44. Now P plus Q age is 44. Okay, is at present. Now the condition here is average age of P plus Q after 10 years. After 10 years. Now if you observe, what is average age of P plus Q present? So can I say that P plus Q by 2, right? So 44 by 2, which is equals to 22 years. Now this average age of P plus Q is 22 years at present, but they are asking us to find after 10 years. Now you should add 10 to that particular average. Now I can say that after 10 years, average age of P plus Q will be, present average age of P plus Q will be 22. After 10 years it will be 32. So the final answer is 32 years. But majority of the students will follow the same approach. So even if you follow the same approach, you will get that answer. But here the condition is like time constraint, right? Like within that less time, how you can able to solve it. This is a general method. I mean, we can say that it is a formula method. Okay, so most of the students will prefer, but my suggestion is, instead of going with that, if you go with the simplest way, means equal distribution method. Let's consider if average of PQR is 20, average of PQR age is 20, average age is 20 years initially. Okay, now everybody, okay, like here let's say P age is 20, Q age is 20, R age is 20. Now I'm assuming it as P age is 20, Q's age is 20, R's age is also 20. Now this indicates equal distribution. Okay, 20, 20, 20. Now they clearly mention that R's age is not 20 at present. Okay, after 10 years, it is 26. If it is 26 after 10 years, present R's age will be 16, right? Now, actually, we assumed it as 20, 20 and 20. Now, here, how much it got reduced? 4 got reduced, right? This 4 will be equally distributed to remaining 2 people. Now, I can say that P age is 22 and 22. Q age is 22 and 22. Now, I got to know that, okay, so P's and Q's age will be 22 and 22. I can say that, so P and Q average age is 22, because if 2 people's age is equal, average will become the same number, right? So 22 and 22. So present age of P is 22, present age of Q is 22. If you ask me to tell like what is the average of P and Q, obviously it is 22. But they're not asking us to find present average of P and Q. They're asking us to find after 10 years. Obviously after 10 years, P's age will be 32. Q's age will also be 32. Again, average is 32. That's it. Okay, see how simple it is without using any equations or any formulas. Just by applying the logic of equal distribution, we can able to solve maximum questions from averages. This is an easiest question given on 31st March in the morning slot. Okay, I hope you all are clear about this question. Let's move on to the next one. Yes. Okay, so I hope like we have solved many questions from percentages. This type of questions that we are getting, I think so this is the first time in the TCS NQT series we are getting this particular type of questions. Okay, even this exact question that we got from the students. So I mean this question exactly given on morning slot. Okay, on 31st March. Let's try to solve this question. First, before solving, let's try to analyze the question. Okay, here the question is total population of a town is 3,990. Total population of a town is 3,990. Among them, literate and illiterate people are in the ratio 13:6. Okay, literate and illiterate people are in the ratio 13:6. If ratio of boys and girls are in the ratio 11:8, there are 2 ratios given. One ratio is based on literates and illiterates people, and second ratio is based on boys and girls. Okay, now one more condition given: 60% of the girls are illiterate. 60% of the girls are illiterate. How many illiterate boys are there in the population? So here if you observe, just only taking up the values and you just need to do some calculations. That is very basic calculations. Let's say first I'm considering here literate and illiterate people ratio. What is the ratio of literate and illiterate people? 13:6. Next we have one more ratio, boys to girls. What is the ratio of boys to girls? 11:8, right? Now here total population is 3,990, right? Total population is 3,990. Now if I want to find how many literates and how many illiterate people are there, so first we need to balance the ratio, right? So total how many parts we have? 19 parts, right? 13 plus 6 is 19 parts. This 19 parts indicates the total population 3,990. Guys, listen carefully. This is the exact question given. So here 19 parts is 3,990. Now you will get each part value. So 19 2 times is 38. Okay, again 19 means each part value is 210. Now from this I got to know, I just wanted to calculate illiterates, because in the question they are asking us to find illiterates. We should not waste time by calculating how many literate people are there, how many illiterate people are there. So no need to calculate all the values. Here they are just asking us to find illiterate count. So just only focus on illiterates. So illiterates count is 6 parts, right? If one part is 210, 6 parts value, just you need to multiply with 210 into 6, right? 0, 6, 6 2 times is 12. Now I can say that, okay, 1260 people are illiterate people. So we got one kind of information from this particular data. Let's try to go with, okay, here they're asking us to find boys, right? How many illiterate boys are there? And we know that boys and girls ratio as well. Same thing you can follow here. 19 parts is 3990. Out of total population, I'm just figuring it out, like how many boys and how many girls are there. Now, each part value, again, it is 210. Now, if I want how many girls are there, how many girls are there? So 8 parts value, right? So 1 part value is 210, 8 parts value is 1680. Okay, clear? So 8 2 times is 16, 8 1 times is 8. So 1680. Out of 1680, okay, out of 1680, now I got to know that how many girls are there? 1680 girls are there. Now they have given the final condition. If you observe, 60% of the girls are illiterate people. 60% of the girls. Now out of 1680, just calculate 60% of 1680. So 0 will get cancelled. Now 6 into 168. So 8 6 times is 48. 6 6 times is 36 plus 4 40. Again 6 1 times is 6. So I can say that 1008. Now if you observe, 60% of the girls are illiterate people, means now I can say that these 1108 girls are illiterate. Okay, out total how many illiterate people we have? 1260 illiterate people we have, right? So out of 1260 illiterate people, okay, we got to know that 1008 people, okay, only girls are illiterate out of 1260. Now if I want boys illiterate, okay, total illiterate people are 1260 minus girls illiterate are 1008. Now if you do this calculation, you will get to know 252 are boys illiterate. The correct answer for this question is 252. Okay, the boys, how many boys illiterate boys means 252. Very simple, guys. Only matching up the ratios, that's it. Here they have given literate and illiterate. I just counted how many illiterate people are there, out of which how many girls are there total? 1680 girls are there. So we counted like total how many girls. Okay, they clearly mentioned that out of all the girls, 60% of the girls are illiterates. So I calculated 60% of 1680, which is nothing but 1008. So 1008 girls are illiterates out of 1260. I subtracted that. I got to know that 252 boys are left out. Those are illiterate boys. I hope you all are clear with this particular question, right? Yes, you can just have a look at this. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Yeah, now this question, almost similar kind of questions we discussed many times from the concept of profit and loss. Okay, so let's see this question. A product is sold for 3240, okay, yielding a 20% profit. If the same product is sold for 2781, what would be the profit or loss percentage? Now here very simple. You have a product. When you are selling a product at 3240, can I say that this is nothing but selling price? When you are selling a product at 3240, you are getting a profit. Okay, they clearly mention that when you are selling at this particular price, you are getting a profit of 20%. Now the question is, instead, if you would have sell this product for 2781 rupees, will you get profit or loss? Okay, this is the question. Very simple, guys. This question can be solved in different methods. You can directly take 120% is nothing but 3240. You can calculate 100%, out of which you can compare the value. Okay, it is the simplest way. Or also we followed one simple way to understand this profit and loss logic. Okay, so here when you know selling price and profit 20%, I already discussed many times in the previous videos. So how to frame the relation between selling price and cost price. When the profit is 20%, I can say that selling price is equals to 1.2 times of cost price, right? Okay, now from this I am just finding it out cost price. Very simple. Selling price already we know 3240 divided by 1.2. I am writing it as 12 by 10. This 0 will go to the numerator. Okay, 12. Here I got to know that cost price 12 how many times? 12 2 times is 24. Okay, 24, 84. 12 7 times is 84. So cost price is 2700. Now if you observe, cost to price, we got to know that it is 2700. Now they are asking, if you sell that product for 2781, okay, cost price means the price at which you buy that product, right? Okay, the price at which you bought that product is 2700. Now you are selling at 2700 and the selling price is 2781. You bought at 2700, you are selling at 2781. Means will you get profit or loss? You will get profit for sure. So here they are asking us whether you will get profit or loss. If it is profit or loss, how much percentage? You need to answer. So I got to know that I will get profit percentage. So I bought it for 2700, selling it for 2781. What is my profit? 81 rupees is my profit. Okay, always do remember, I am writing it here. Profit percentage is equals to profit by cost price into 100. I hope most of you know this already, right? So profit is 81 by cost price is 2700 into 100. So two zeros will get cancelled. 21, 27 3 times is 81. So final answer is profit of 3%. So that's it. Okay, I hope you all are clear. This is very basic question. In order to make it more clear, I have written so many steps. Otherwise, I would have directly write this particular condition. Okay, you will get this answer directly in the second step. From this, just direct application. So only difference is 81. 81 by 2700 into 100. This question can be solved just in 2 to 3 steps. That's it. Okay, if you are good enough in understanding the concept, it is very easy to solve this particular question. I hope you all are done with this. Let's move on to the next one. Yes. Okay, so if you observe, this is like moreover they have given some linear conditions. Okay, and they are asking you to find which of the following option is true according to this particular statement. Let's try to analyze this particular conditions given. Okay, if you observe 3x plus 15, 3x plus 15 is less than or equals to 9. The condition here is 3x plus 15 less than or equals to 9. Now what can be the value of x? If you observe, here already we have a positive number 15. This number is okay less than or equals to 9, right? Now compulsory x value should be negative, right? If you take positive, you know what happened? If you take 1, x value is 1, 3 into 1 is 3, 3 plus 15 is 18. Is that 18 less than or equals to 9? No, right? So compulsory, if you take even x value is 0, okay, 3 into 0 is 0, plus 15, even that case also this condition will be wrong. So in order to make this condition correct, so x value should be negative, right? So x value should be negative. Now let's try to take another one. 2y plus 12 is greater than or equals to 14. Now this y value, what can be the value of y? Let's try to analyze. If y is 0, this will be false, right? Okay, if y is 1, this will be correct, because if I take y value is 1, 2 into 1 is 2, plus 12, 2 plus 12 is 14, 14 greater than or equals to 14. Obviously they have given or equals to, so this condition will get satisfied. Now I can say that y value will be greater than or equals to not or equals to, it should be greater than 0. Okay, maybe it can be 1, or it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4, whatever it is. Y value can take any value greater than 0. Okay, starts from 1. But x value should be negative. Okay, now if you observe y value, when you compare y value with x, obviously y value should be greater than, okay, x, right? Because x is negative, y is positive. And even like positive means it is more than 0. So out of all the conditions, if you observe, this condition says that x is less than y. Is that x less than y? Obviously, when x is negative, y is positive, x is less than y. This is correct. Now if you observe, x is greater than y. Is that x greater than y? No. X is less than or equals to y. Is it possible to make it equals to? No, not at all possible. So out of all the conditions, x is greater than or equals to y. This is again not at all possible. So the only condition which is correct is option 1. X value should be less than y, because x is negative, y is positive, and which is more than 0. I hope you all are clear with this particular question. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, here if you observe, in a farm, the number of cats is 4 by 5 times of number of pigeons, and the number of cats is also 1 by 4th of the number of goats. If the total number of legs are all the animals, I mean cats, pigeons and goats, okay, is 1080, find the total number of pigeons and goats together. This is very important type of questions, which mostly like we are dealing these type of questions in the concept of ratios. We haven't solved this particular type of questions in the earlier TCS NQT series. So if you have I mean any particular doubt on all, any particular questions that we missed from the particular slot, you can post it in the comment box, so that we'll try to answer and we'll try to discuss, okay, in the next upcoming videos. Okay, so let's solve this particular question. In a farm, the number of cats, here they are comparing cats is equals to 4 by 5 times of, okay, number of pigeons. So how many cats we have means 4 by 5 times of pigeons. Now, and the number of cats, again they are given one more condition with cats only, comparing with cats is equals to 1 by 4 times of goats, right? So if you observe, they have given the relation, particular relation. Now can I write this equation like c by 4? I'm just taking 4 to the denominator. C by 4 is equals to p by 5. Is there anything wrong like writing this? No, right? So I can write, I'm just taking this 4 to the denominator of c. So even if you form again, this will go to the numerator of another side. So c is equals to 4 by 5 times of p. So I'm just writing in order to make it clear. So c by 4 equals to p by 5. Now if you observe, writing this particular equation, okay, here anyhow we have a condition like c by 4. Why can't we write this is also in the form of c by 4? If I want to write this in form of c by 4, I need to multiply this entire, okay, equation with 1 by 4, right? Okay, see why I am multiplying with 1 by 4? Very simple logic. In order to make our calculation simple, okay, just I'm multiplying with 1 by 4. If I multiply with 1 by 4, this is c by 4 is equals to g by 4 into 4, 16. Okay, now start comparing these two equations. Okay, now start comparing these two equations. Now I can directly frame in the single format. C by 4 is equals to p by 5 is equals to, anyhow all are same, right? C by 4 is equals to p by 5. Even the same c by 4 is equals to z by 16. I can write in the single equation z by 16. I hope you all are clear up to this particular statement. If you know how to write this, 70% of the answer completed here. Okay, now you got to know that in terms of ratio, if cats are in the ratio 4, I mean if 4 cats are there, pigeon should be 5 and goat should be 16. That's it, very simple. Okay, now let's try to start solving, I mean start substituting the values. That's it. Almost 70% of the answer is completed now. Okay, remaining 30% just substituting the values. We all know that each cat is having how many legs, each pigeon is having how many legs, and each goat is having how many legs. See, cat is having 4 legs, pigeon is having 2 legs, and goat is having 4 legs, right? Now they given the condition, total number of all legs of all animals, total number of legs is 1080. Now if it is total number of legs is 1080, just very simple, these are count of the animals, means 4 cats, 5 pigeons, 16 goats, which should be in that particular ratio. We are not so sure. Okay, this particular ratio should be there. Now when we are talking about legs ratio should be, how many legs for each cat we have? So 4 legs, right? So how many cats like that we have? 16. So can I say that 16, because 4 into 4 legs, right? Each cat is having 4 legs, so 4 into 4. Now each pigeon is having only 2 legs. So how many pigeons we have? We have 5 pigeons. So 5 into 2, how many? 10. These are the count I am writing it for legs. Okay. Now goats. So how many goats we have already in the ratio? 16, right? This 16, each goat is having 4 legs. 16 4 times is 64. If you start counting total complete legs which are in the ratio 16 is to 10 is to 64. Now if you add all the ratios, that ratio should be equals to 1080, right? Now 64 plus 16, which is nothing but 80, 80 plus 10 is 90. So total 90 parts is nothing but 1080. 0 0 will get cancelled. 9 9 1 times, 9 2 times. So one part value is given as 12. When one part value is given as 12, now what you need to find? Here, read out the question here. Total number of pigeons and goats together. Total number of pigeons and goats together. So here, this is for legs. Okay, we don't want this, how many legs we have for pigeons and goats. Here they are asking us to find number of goats and number of pigeons, right? So here we have the count. How many pigeons we have? 5 in the ratio 5. How many goats we have in the ratio 16? So very simple, each part value is 12. Now if you want to count for, okay, we have for pigeons, right? So we have for pigeons, okay, for pigeons, when we are counting for pigeons, so 12 into 5. Each part is 12, 5 parts, 5 into 12, 60. When we are counting for goats, how many parts here? 16. 16 into 12. 12 times is 144. 12 4 times is 48. 144 plus 48 is 192, right? So 192, which is equals to altogether 252. There are 252 pigeons and goats together have in this particular picture. So correct answer is 252. I hope you all are clear with this particular question. Here the only logic that you need to understand is how to frame the relation between cat, pigeon as well as goat. If you know how to frame this particular relation, it is a matter of just 1 minute time just to substitute and matching up the ratios here. Okay, hope you all are clear with this question. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, all these questions we are discussing now, these are given in the morning slot of 31st March 2025. I hope like the students who attempted on 31st March in the morning slot might have experienced all these questions. Okay, there are few, these are the few questions which we gathered from the students. Okay, so let's say this is the question. In a school, boys and girls are playing games. Each game is played between two students. It is also observed that, means in a school there are boys and girls. Each game is played between two students. Either it can be two students, means either it can be between two girls, or either it can be between boy and girl, or either it can be between two boys, right? So anything is possible. It is also observed that the number of games played between two girls is 36. They clearly, they already given that. Okay, in between two girls, how many games played is 36. The number of games played between a boy and girl is 126. Okay, in between boy and girl, total games played is 126. Now they are asking us, if every possible pair of students plays exactly one game, how many games were played between two boys? Very, very important question. This question can be solved by using a normal counting method and also by using permutation and combination concept as well. Okay, because when we have more count, it is better always to choose permutations and combinations. That will gives you the logical understanding as well. Okay, so let's try to analyze the question. When a game is played between two students, okay, let's write the possibilities. It can be between girl and girl, because each game should be played between two students, right? Either it can be two girls or one boy and one girl, right? Or it can be between two boys as well, right? So these are the possibilities. Okay, now they clearly mention that in between two girls, how many games played? 36 games played. So if you observe, in order to play, okay, let's assume that I'm considering here, let me write it clearly. I'm considering number of girls is equals to n. I'm assuming one alphabet n. You can assume it is with any other alphabet. I'm assuming number of girls is n. Okay. Now, out of n girls, if you want to play one particular game, how many girls required? 2 girls required, right? If you want to play one particular game, 2 girls are required. How many ways you can select 2 girls out of n? Is it nc2, right? nc2, because you need to select 2 girls out of n girls, because here why I am using C, why not P means always permutation means selection and arrangement. Here I am only selecting happening only in combination. That's the reason NC2. Okay, NC2 means n into n minus 1 by 2. This count, number of games played, is equals to 36. Okay, now from this I got to know that n into n minus 1 is equals to 36. 2 times is 72. If you observe, no need to write this any particular equation and all. N into n minus 1 will gives you 72, right? Which value of consecutive next number multiplying will gives you 72? So obviously 9 8 times. If n value is 9, n minus 1 is 8, right? So 9 8 times is 72, it is exactly matching. So I got to know that n value is 9. Now here I got to know number of girls in the picture is 9, right? Number of girls is 9. Now let's move on to the second condition. I hope till up to this particular point you all are clear. Now second statement, the game played between boy and girl. So in one boy and one girl, okay, boy and girl. How many games played? 126. 126 games played. How many girls already we have? Okay, girls, number of girls is n, we assume. I can substitute n, girls, number of girls is 9. Okay, now if I want to get how many boys are there, so very simple, solve this equation. 9 one time is 9, 9 4 times is 36. So the number of boys is equals to 14. Number of boys is equals to 14, number of girls is equals to 9. Now the question is very simple. If every possible pair of students plays exactly one game, how many games were played between two boys? Very, very important. Between two boys. Here I assumed, okay, between two boys means I assume number of boys is B, means number of boys is 14. Now I can say that out of 14, okay, if you want to play, okay, a game, two boys should be required, right? For playing one particular game, two boys should be required. So 14C2, you need to select two boys out of 14 for playing each game. Okay, so 14C2 means 14 into 13 by 2. 2 7 times. So here 7 10 times is 70. 7 3 times is 21. 70 plus 21, 91. There are 91 games played between two boys. Okay, very simple guys. See, I'll explain it clearly. So here number of girls is 9. We got to know here number of girls, when I'm assuming it as n, NC2, n into n minus 1 by 2. Why it is NC2 means in order to play one particular game, minimum 2 girls are required, right? Okay, so NC2 value is 36 given. From this we got to know n value is 9. Now B into G. Students might get doubts, sir, how you have written here B into G. Boy and girl combination is 126. Here they clearly mention that one boy and one girl combination should be 126, right? Very simple guys. Let me count it and tell you. Okay, might be some students not able to get this particular logic. Very simple. We have total 9 girls, right? 9 girls we have. Okay, if you assume let's say here after getting answer like number of boys is 14, if I consider the first boy can play a game with first girl, right? One combination is done, one game is done. The same first guy, okay, first boy will play game with the second girl, second combination is also done. The same first boy will play a game with the third girl, first boy fourth girl, first boy fifth girl. Likewise, okay, 14 into 9. So total how many girls we have? 14 into 9. So 14 9 times is 126. It is getting matched, right? That's how we got here boys and girls combination is 126. That's the reason I substituted here. After getting number of boys, they clearly mentioned that boy combination games, how many that can be played in the school. So obviously 14 boys, in order to play one particular game, minimum 2 boys are required. How many ways that I can select 2 boys out of 14? 14C2. So answer will be 91. There are 91 games can be played in a school where boy to boy combination. Hope you all are clear with this particular question. So these are the questions which we gathered from the students in the morning slot of 31st March 2025. I hope you like this video. Do follow for more such videos. We'll try to make one more video for afternoon slot. We are trying to get more questions from the students who attended on afternoon slot. Okay, once we got to know all the content, like we'll try to make one more video on afternoon slot. Yes, thank you guys. Do subscribe for CVCORP channel and stay tuned to that particular channel. Thank you.